Hello and welcome to this new quick tutorial, and in this one I will review how to create a simple ghosting effect using again the wonderful feedback modifier. And then today I will use the webcam of my computer, which is quite crappy. So first, before we start, if you want to configure your webcam, you have to go into Edit, Preferences, Video Input. Here, select your webcam. In my case, it's integrated camera 1. Apply changes. And then you will have access to the 2D layer video input, which is the camera. So my camera is quite shit, so here to enhance a little bit the quality, I use NVIDIA modifiers such as the denoise and the upscale, and then a little bit of exposure and color balance, even though it's not that great. But that's not the point here. I will do a tutorial later to how to install and to use this modifier, because you will have to install the NVIDIA broadcasting video effect first, but that will be for another tutorial. And so now let's start to create the ghosting effect. So what I will do on my composition is first create a little plasmon mask like that, and let's keep it little. Now I will animate the Y position of my placement mask with right click and create linear loop. So now I have the speed of my animation that I can parameter here. And now what I will do is simply adding a little feedback modifier in blur feedback. Alright, so you see that's just what feedback does, doing a small like trail. But what I will do is first put the blending mode into normal and put the feedback level up to 100%. And then here you have it. But then you see there is this kind of little trail here. So let's put a freeze modifier to see what is happening. So it's in utility freeze modifier. So this is quite convenient if you are working and you just want to freeze your composition at some point just to see what's happening. Well, this will not retain the state of your composition if you restart your composition, so be aware of that. So now this band here, well, it's just because the feedback is frame dependent. Now I'm running at 60 FPS, so which means that in each frame, well, a new frame will be calculating, and then there is why I have this band. They just came from the side of my 2D mask moving upstairs. So what I can do to solve the issue is to add a little feather on my mask. So let's put it in top bottom and add a little feather here. And let's reactivate the feedback to see live what is happening. So I have to move my head again and again for it to work. So you see it's not perfect. You will still have some kind of artifact that's unavailable, but it's a little bit better. And then it depends also on your frame rate and whatever. So now what you can do also, if you want to add some effect, install the feedback, you can add a shitload of effects. So let's try, for instance, the 2D transform and see what is happening. Let's change a little bit the position, for instance. Oh, and now we have slightly translated stuff. What we can do is change a little bit maybe the zoom in the other way, with a little bit of rotation. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, well, that's kind of ugly as fuck. Let's add a placement mask on the 2D transform. Okay, so you can do I'm dancing. You can create shit like that, and also let's say let's try to put modifiers that should work in the displays, and let's animate the displays. Yeah, baby, yeah. Let's reduce a little bit the intensity. Yeah, so if you want now to have a blend between your background image and the feedback modifier, there's actually two ways of doing it. The first should be, I'm not sure if this will work actually, but let's try. To use the overlay modifier, put the feedback into it, and wait a little bit for the shader to compute. Okay, and let's reduce the intensity of the feedback of the overlay. No, this will not work. So let's try the other method, which is to add a renderer to the video input. Let's put our mask and our feedback over this renderer that I will call ghosting effect. Here it is. And now I have basically two renderers, so one on top of the other. So what I can do is just diminish a little bit the intensity of one, and then you can see both layers blending together, and then you can play on the blending mode, on whatever shit you want to do, add another mask. But basically that's how it works. So I hope this tutorial was useful, and have fun and enjoy. See you later.